moving on to the next topic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've got going on with the census. So now the effort is to make this stuff official. And it's not just in the short term, but in the long term. So with the census, now they're trying to collect data and include every resident, legal or illegal.
Doesn't matter which one you are, right? Yeah.
Right. To provide for accurate representation. So in the short term, it's the Electoral College. Now, I don't think that we will see, short-term Electoral College change. We will potentially see it in the long term, but we will also see, so 4 years from now, really, because it's going to take a year to collect. It's going to take a year to, publish and then make adjustments. So by the next presidential election cycle, if things go according to what the current administration wants, you'll see a shift in the Electoral College. You'll see more electoral votes allocated to specific states. But what you will also see is more representation. The House of Representatives will grow.
Right.
More representatives for states like California and New York. And you'll see it in places that didn't have a lot of representation. Minnesota, right? There's been a big push there. Illinois will get more, right?
Right.
And while we all thought, and I was the biggest proponent for Texas shoving all of these illegals, everywhere, all over the country, may not have been the best, right?
In light of this, right? Yes.
Right. A little bit of backfire, but it also it kind of helps keep Texas red.
Yes.
Yes. So there's that. But this is not by accident. This is well thought out. And this is the end game, right? The end game is to flood states, already blue states, with more blue voters to replace the ones that are leaving. And truthfully, I hate to say it, the baby boomers that are now starting to, they're getting up there a little bit.
Just a fact. Right? Just a fact.
Natural progression of things.
Right.
So you've got to replace them. You got to replace the reformed hippies that are no longer hippies and have moved to places like Florida and Texas and, places like that. And they're now voting red. But, you're going to grow the states that are hard blue anyway. Illinois, New York, California, places like that. You're going to get more electoral votes and you're going to get more representatives in the House. So that's what this is about. That's how this census, this 2024 census is going to be used to manipulate our election, our electoral system, our future elections. And if that's not election interference, like you don't have to look to Russia or make up dossiers or any of this other
right here
that happened 4 years ago. They're just doing it here. They're just administratively changing the rules to manipulate the election. That's what all of this is about.
Yeah. So I read it. Of course, I saved it. So Representative Jamie Raskin, he's a Democrat from Maryland. Yeah. Quoted the 14th Amendment part of it, the part that benefited his point. And the quote was, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state. And he emphasized persons in each state. So he's, trying to make it like they're not referring to citizens versus non-citizens. They're just persons. But he kind of left out the whole first section of it, which is all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state where they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which will abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So they just try and find like all these little loopholes, holes and ways around. And of course they want the Constitution, they want it amended, of course, to change that. So
yes, they learned from the original framers, right? And really the Southern states and the slave owners, right? There was multiple reasons why, slaves were counted as, 3/5, right? One, it kept slaves in a box, but also it gave them additional not citizens, but numbers in their census.
Right.
Right. So, this is the same kind of thing. Like, they're just looking back in time and they're looking at this and they're going, hey, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay. That we could use that. And that's what they're doing. They're just rewriting it, now, in modern times to make it do the same thing that they wanted it to do before, which was give them actual better numbers with, that they can manipulate and use to their own advantage to keep things the way they want it. And that's what it's,
Yeah, that's been their game all along. And there's been plenty of people who've said it right from the beginning. And I think including us that we've said, why else would they be so okay with all of these illegals crossing, flooding into our country? And it's the same question that we go back to when we were talking about San Francisco. Well, they don't do things out of the goodness of their heart and their humanitarian aid. They do it for their own personal motives. So what would be, what would benefit them? Oh, well, here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Right.
Yeah. Self-serving to the nth degree. That's all it is about, maintaining control, maintaining power. And they're rewriting the rule book to do it. They're like, they're like the oldest sibling, right? Just change the rules to make sure you continue to win, and keep your younger siblings in line.
Yep. Keep moving the goalpost. Changing the rules. Cheat, lie, steal. Doesn't matter. Do all of the things as long as you win. And that's right. That's the game that they're playing. It's the game that they've always played. It has always been the game. And, we're just privy to it now. And they're not even hiding it anymore. They don't care. They don't care. They just throw it right in your face. Like, here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Well, they figured out a while ago that they can't hide it anymore. So why hide it? Now they count on the media to provide whatever, reinforce the narrative, and they don't deny it. They just wait for the news cycle to change, and they know Americans are going to forget about it, and they take advantage of it. And that's what's going on. They're not hiding jack anymore. It's not even worth it.
No.
So just manipulate it and just move on.
Right. Yeah, they certainly have enough little minions sitting there, just consuming all of their BS and taking sound bites and passing them off as truths. And it's bananas.
Yeah. It is. It's craziness.
I summed it all up so eloquently.
Bananas.
It's bananas.
And there it is. There is the word for the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's bananas.
It's bananas. When you're at a loss for what to say, when you're in such shock and dismay over the state of everything, and you try, if you're a person who's trying not to be a swearer anymore, which is really difficult because I had a mouth like a truck driver, still do sometimes, working on it, guys. You start saying things like, that's banana. Oh boy. It doesn't quite give the same satisfaction.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah.